Hi! Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Sarah, and today we haven't found a name for it yet. Because can't call it Throwback Thursday, because I don't know if it's always going to be on a Thursday. I don't know. You can't call it Flashback Friday, because, again, it won't always be on a Friday. Or Stay Tuned Saturday, or Stay Tuned Sunday, or Washout Wednesday, or Throwback Tuesday, or Manic Monday, because I can't guarantee when I'll be posting these rewinds. I can't. I don't know when. It's just I'm going to do it all together, and then here you go. Might post them all a few years all in one day. I don't know. Or separate days. Again, I don't know. It's just a here and now thing. So if you can think of a name, please let me know. And that being said, the only caption I didn't word in this one is about my ASL book, because you can read it. That's all. Anyway, enough of me jabber-jabbering. Hope you enjoy my October festivities of 2016. Just relaxing with the giant Snuggie I bought for him a while ago, feeling completely at peace as we sit in the living room watching basic TV together. It was one of those quiet, simple moments that didn't need anything to make it special or to make it meaningful. Being there with him, comfortable and calm, was more than enough. I took an ASL class, and I was so proud of myself for continuing with it. It wasn't new to me, but it was something I genuinely cared about and wanted to grow in. Being able to build on what I already know felt really rewarding, and it reminded me of how much I enjoyed learning and improving my skills. It made me feel confident in my abilities and excited to keep expanding my knowledge, especially in something that connects people and communication in such a meaningful way. While watching the House of Commons with my father, I kept feeling struck by how little compassion the Conservative Party seemed to have for people who aren't as privileged as they are. It honestly left me feeling genuinely angry and upset. I needed a way to cool down and shift my mood. So of course I opened Snapchat, hoping for distraction and a laugh. It worked! That brief moment of humor helped me calm myself. And that's when I wrote the caption, "No matter how hard I look for it, I'm unable to find the heart in the Conservative government." One night after work, when I got back home, I was thinking how some people expect not just me, but everyone, no matter what, to always be smiling. That's when I came across this filter, and it instantly made me laugh because it felt like a fun, playful way to show my version of a happy face. It wasn't meant to be taken seriously at all, just lighthearted and silly. That's why I captioned it, "This is my happy face, though," because it perfectly matched the joking, sarcastic mood I was in. I always thought it was silly that some people say that the LGBTQ IA, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how it goes. And plus, community stole the rainbow, especially when rainbows have always been around everywhere, from nature to Skittles commercials. Skittles! It became my lighthearted way of responding to hate. And the Semitism, not Semitism, because that's a Jewish thing. Regardless, it was a form of hate. Whenever someone said something negative, I'd just smile and say, "Taste the rainbow." Like, the way the slogan said. And if they kept pushing their hate, I'd just hold up a pack of Skittles and ask, "What do you have against Skittles?" It usually caught them off guard and left them speechless. And then, of course, they'd walk away, leaving me in peace. So when I saw this filter, I had to use it, and I titled it, "I'm so happy, I'm glowing and vomiting rainbows." My father pointed out a bunny filter and asked, "Didn't you already use this one before?" When he showed it to me, I laughed and said, "No, but it's so close to the other one that I basically have to use it." Something about it was just so close and so similar. It made all of it even more funnier to me. I love that he noticed it and brought it up to me, like we were both in on a joke or something. He laughed at my reasoning, which made me laugh even more. So I used the filter, took the picture, and showed him right away. The second he saw it, he started laughing again, shaking his head like he couldn't believe how much entertainment we were having over something so simple. It became one of those silly moments where the laughter just kept going back and forth between us. No big plans, no deep conversations, just pure and fun over a goofy filter. Those were the moments that meant the most, turning something so small and ridiculous into a memory filled with joy and shared laughter. How I was feeling in this moment is exactly as I captioned it. How I'm seen by others versus how I'm seen by my parents. Just having fun and being our goofy selves while making the silliest faces together. It was one of those moments where we couldn't stop laughing and didn't take ourselves seriously at all whatsoever. And I captioned it, "Me and my shell." I was completely surprised and a little confused while I was at the liquor store. I got asked for my ID. Like, what? At first, I honestly thought they were joking, so I started laughing. But they were dead serious. What the fuck? What? Apparently, I looked like I could be 18, which absolutely shocked me. Like, what? Are you serious? I never expected that in a million years. So I had to caption it, "I got hit for ID? Mistaken for a minor." Like, what? My father and I were planning to go over to his sister's place, so I canceled my plans with all my friends. When they asked why, I told them it was for family, and for the few who didn't believe me for whatever reason, I jokingly said, "Oh, I'm going to go to my handsome man's place." And that's what inspired me to caption this picture as, "Me and my handsome man." Some people caught the reference right away. Others were just left thinking, well, she does love cats. Like, stupid confused. We had just finally sat down after being out all day, trying to relax for a minute, when I jokingly asked him, "Who do you think you are, Corey Hart?" He laughed, took a sip of his beer, and without missing a beat, he said, "Yeah, but older and better looking." The way he said it with such confidence and playful, and that we were just both bursting out laughing, it was one of those small, simple moments that turned into a really good memory. The only time we lost power was during Hurricane Dorian, and even then we were lucky because we were on the hospital grid. The outage for us lasted less than an hour. But these Glade candles came in handy anyway. Not only did they give us light, but they also made our house smell amazing, which somehow made the whole situation feel much more calm and comfortable. Hurricane Dorian completely uprooted this tree and dropped it in the middle of the road. A pickup truck was driving down the road, and it had no choice but to turn around because there was absolutely nowhere to get past it. Nowhere to drive around it. You can't drive over it. It was too big. The tree had just fully claimed the road all to itself. And that's why I labeled this picture, "Dear Truck, thou shalt not pass. Sincerely, the tree in the middle of the road." It felt like the tree had suddenly became the boss of the traffic. And I couldn't help but laugh at how perfectly dramatic the moment was. Mom and I shared the same family doctor, so after her untimely passing, the thought of seeing him again made me really nervous. I titled it, "First Time Seeing My Doctor Since Mom Passed," because I knew it would bring up some emotions I wasn't sure I was ready to face. Even so, I pushed myself to go, found the courage to make the appointment, and booked it as quickly as I could, so I wouldn't give myself any chance to back out. During the 2016 US election, I was watching the first presidential debate and felt really uncomfortable with how tense everything was, especially seeing how Trump moved around Clinton on stage. It made me think how often women's voices are talked over or taken not seriously. That moment stuck with me and is what inspired my caption, "Oh no, I've been silenced." It was my way of expressing concern about respect, equality, and being heard. As you can see, I was having fun playing around with the filters, and at the first time I tried Face Swap filter, it worked perfectly. It flipped the roles in such an unexpected way, it made me laugh so hard. Especially with Trump looking like the trans he's afraid of, and Hillary taking a totally exaggerated, over-the-top Karen vibe that everyone jokes about. This one honestly says everything on its own. It was upsetting that he won the first time, and even more disheartening that he won again. I truly don't understand the hesitation around women in leadership, especially when the US is still the only first world country that has never had a woman president. One night in 2013, a friend and I were leaving Metro, which is a grocery store, when we noticed a guy acting strangely. Like, I don't mean in a concerning way, but more like he wanted to do a dance battle or a dance off or whatever the hell you want to call it. We both found it very strange and yet funny at the same time. I looked at him and said, "Nice moves." Just like that, nice moves. And then my friend and I went on our merry way. Fast forward to 2016, I was playing a video game, and this character on the screen instantly reminded me of that moment. I laughed so hard because it brought the whole memory back. I even captioned it, "Seen this and couldn't help but think of that weirdo outside of Metro that night." While riding on a Maritime Busco bus, the driver was acting quite rude. It's very strange that a Maritime Busco bus is very mean and rude and anything at all like that, so whatever. But he was acting so rude, as if he were above everybody else. I stayed quiet, but couldn't help but roll my eyes. Apparently, me rolling my eyes caught his attention because he asked if I had anything to say. I simply replied, "Nope," in the same tone he'd been using with the passengers. He grunted and then sat down. Later on, a rock hit the windshield and left a scratch or a crack, whatever, I circled it. Since it's illegal in Nova Scotia to drive with a damaged, cracked, or scratched windshield, part of me thought this bus might get pulled over by the police. It was definitely negative thinking on my part, but the driver's attitude had me already put in a bad mood that I couldn't help but think that way. When I was about to see if one of my girlfriends, she asked if I was excited to see her. I took this picture with the big eyes and a huge smile to show her exactly how I felt, and I captioned it, "This happy. I'm this happy to see you." One day while I was out, I came across this Wiggles blanket and immediately thought of my eldest cousin's daughter because she loves Wiggles. I sent this pic asking if I could get it for her since it was the original cast, because she loved Wiggles back when the Wiggles first came out, and then when the first Wiggles got swapped out, she still loves Wiggles. So I sent this picture asking if I can buy it for her since it was the original cast and she loves them. But when my cousin didn't reply, I took that as a no and didn't buy it. But now every time I see this picture, I can't help but think of my cousin's daughter, singing that song, Hot Potato, and bananas and spaghetti. However it goes, I don't know. I just remember Hot Potato. I was so happy and proud of one of my best friends. This is them and their spouse on their wedding day, and it was turned into their calendar. It felt so fitting for them. Absolutely perfect. Well, that was fun. Again, if you can think of a name for this rewind stuff, please let me know. That way I can actually give this thing a name, because I rewound it all the way to the beginning when I started Snapchat, which again was in 2016. And I'm going to keep showing the years gone by up until the present year, which maybe it was last year. I don't know. Maybe it'll be this year. Again, I don't know. Cats apparently want my attention. So I'll leave you to it. Think of a name and let me know. And until next time, be kind. Trust me, you can be anything in the world. Be kind. And yes, being civil is being kind, because you're doing the absolute bare minimum by being civil. Surprisingly enough, that is being kind. Okay? I love you. Bye-bye!